All right. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go to here. Make sure this is working. Here and ready. Rock and roll whenever you are. Hey, Cheyenne. Hopefully you're hearing us through the station. Got your text message. I'm going to check Facebook. Let me pull up the comments here. See who's going to be the first one to comment tonight. Let's see here. View this. All right. HTTP. 192. 68. 5. I see our first comment. I didn't see who it is, but I'll try to pull it up here on my. Blake. Awesome. Thank you, Blake. It works. It sounds clear. Very good. What's that? Oh. I'm trying to get my comments over onto my Surface here. Control-C. Hopefully the internet. 61 years old.
Cancer for 10 years.
9.
Well, he said 10 in the story I read.
Oh, there's 2 stories I read. It was 9. Huh?
You could be wrong.
I had pretty good sources, I thought.
I thought my sources were good too.
Okay, is my Wi-Fi? Okay, my Wi-Fi is working. Let me try this. Control it. Go to Messenger. Okay. Messenger. All right. There it is. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. So if I hit this, sounds clear. Should go there. Awesome. $5.52. Cheyenne, are you getting us at the station? Might not have us yet. Yeah, we've been streaming for a few minutes. Everything's up and running. Oh no, you're good. I just make sure everything's working. You got ears?
Testo.
Testo.
It's not in my ears.
You don't hear it in the ears?
Oh, okay.
Got it? You hear it now?
What do you mean?
What? You can't hear?
No.
Okay, it's this one here.
Oh.
You just gotta mess with it a little bit.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
That's better.
Better?
That's better.
All right. Let me make sure the lower graphics are going to work. We don't have any Guthrie lower graphics. Oh. Have you shared yet? Test. Mr. Chappell says test 1, test 2.
Oh, boy.
Yep. That is
Mr. Chappell's listening?
Watching.
Oh. Okay. Is he going to be nice or what are you thinking? Nice or mean tonight? Did he say hi, Chris?
No, just test.
Oh, just
Making
test.
sure his comment section is going to work for him tonight.
Oh, boy. He's well rested, so.
Back from vacation?
Oh, yeah. Taking vacation. We got all this equipment we got. We can't get a connection that works.
Well, I would mess with it down there because you can get it fixed and then you put it down and it goes away.
I got to lean down.
Is it working right now?
Yeah. Okay. I may not get back up. I lean all the way down.
Right. We got a good one. We think anyway.
Well,
The production
was outstanding.
Production was outstanding.
I did more homework today than I did in 17 years of school.
In school. I did see you. I did see you do some work at the state championship football games last year. That was fun to watch. Hello, T-Fred. T-Fred, I got a question.
Oh boy, T-Fred's gonna be mad at me tonight.
Oh yeah.
Oh, controversy.
He'll like me.
Oh, yeah.
It's usually backwards. He usually disagrees with me. Hey, T-Fred, is it Michael Taff or Taffy? Can you let me know which one
Taffy.
that is?
I'm going with Taffy.
Taffy?
Well, because I ate 2 pieces of your taffy earlier.
T-A-F-F-E. Taff or Taffy? Blake, no issue. Phil had his ear. He can't hear the equipment, but we got it fixed. Still waiting for the first YouTube comments. Obviously, Greg Gibson or Greg or so he said second one. So it's Michael Taffy. Michael Taffy. I have notes on Michael Taffy, so I want to make sure I said his name right. Thank you, T-Fred.
It is Taffy?
Taffy. Like Laffy Taffy.
So it'd be like what I said.
Yeah.
It would make me say the words. It would make me
guess properly.
Well, it begins with an R, Chris. When you come around and be a big boy, you can admit it.
Starts with an R?
I was right.
Right. Oh, right.
I was right.
Right. I believe we're going to be starting in around 4 minutes. Cheyenne, do you want me to call, or can you hear the intro and don't need a countdown? Cheyenne, we cannot hear anything, so we will need a phone call whenever you're ready for us. Oh. All right. Thank you, Cheyenne. Be sure to go to the YouTube page. Go to youtube.com. Search for Guthrie News page.
Chris likes YouTube better than Facebook.
Well, it's a shorter delay. You can, if you want to watch on your TV.
Well, it hasn't been shared.
Hasn't been shared?
On the old person Facebook thing.
I got a notification, I believe.
Did you block me again?
Let's see here. Surely I didn't save it to my personal page.
Oh,
right there it is. Guthrie News page, 8 comments.
Hey, it's nowhere on mine.
Well, maybe you didn't got your notification on for it.
Yeah, I do.
Hey, Guthrie News page. Oh, look at your search. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Oh, I'm busy.
Whoa. Is she from Guthrie?
Oh, jeez. That's a lie.
Type in Guthrie.
Well, it's usually right there at the top. It says very popular.
There it is.
Yeah, but it didn't pop up on my thing.
Well, I don't know what's going on there. Right post. I'll even share it this week on my personal one. Post.
That's one. That's not one, Mr. Chappell. Mr. Chappell said he gave me one. He said that's one, Phil.
Oh, it hasn't popped up on my sheet yet. Is there a delay on the comments? Let's see here.
Share. Right post.
Yeah, I got every 10 seconds.
Join Chris and I as well as Mean Jeff Chappell. Okay, post.
All right. We are on in about 2 minutes-ish. Got my phone on silent. We are going to, when we start talking, we're going to talk about our favorite stadiums that we have been to. So
that last part's key, that we've been to.
That we've been to. Yeah. So so we'll ask for you guys to comment in the sections the best high school football stadiums that you've been to, and we stayed on Oklahoma. So we're going to look at top stadiums. We're going to look at the state's best rivalries, we believe.
Yep.
We're only going 5 deep on those. So
it could be a long list. If we're deeper than that.
So we're only going 5. And then a little bit later on the show, we will have our rankings for all the classes. Top 5. Yep. So a lot of people do top 10.
Yep.
We have a top 5.
Yep. Top 5. And
Phil has his top 5. I have my top 5.
And now, we did them separate.
We did
them separate, so that's important. You'll notice some changes, some difference of opinion on a couple.
Yeah, we're in the same
ballpark.
ballpark.
The ballpark, though. Yeah, it's this stage in the game. It's pretty easy to be close.
Yeah. I think it gets easier as we move on.
It does. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Hey, Cheyenne. Okay, 45 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and turn this graphic on. There. Good to go there. Man, no YouTube comments yet.
Well, I mean, Facebook's a superior platform.
Superior.
For old people.
Yeah.
I look at YouTube videos every night when I go to bed.
I do too, usually.
Scroll through. Podcast. I like podcast. Can't mention any of them because you always yell at me. What happened?
Blake tested YouTube, and it works. Thank you,
Oh,
Blake.
Blake?
Yep, count me down.
Oklahoma, huddle up. It's time to go inside the High School Huddle on Hot 93.7 FM. The High School Huddle will take you where you want to go with coaches, players, your phone calls, texts, and tweets. Join the huddle and let's talk high school sports.
It is the High School Huddle here on a Wednesday night, September 15th. Chris Evans along with Phil Nichols and Cheyenne back in our Stillwater studio.
Cheyenne.
Hot 93.7 FM. We're taking you up to the top of the hour, 7 o'clock, talking high school football as we get set for week 3 of the high school football season. A lot of games ready to kick off tomorrow night on Thursday. A lot of games on Friday. There's quite a few teams that have the week off.
Yeah.
And with the addition of week 0 a few years back, there is that bye week in there. And there's a lot of teams that, hey, we're 3-0. Let's keep playing football. Let's not sit out a week. And so, and there's some teams that are 0-3, 1-2. Go,
Need a break.
Need a break. So, but anyway, we have a great show in store for you. Here in a little bit, Phil and I are going to take a look at the top stadiums that we have been to in Oklahoma. Here in a little bit, we'd like to get your thoughts as well. Also, we're going to take a look at our top 5 rankings in each class, and we're also going to take a look at some of the biggest rivals in Oklahoma. There's some good ones. We went 5 deep on that.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, some of those categories mean different things to different people. Right. So, and I think that'll be pretty obvious when we start going through our list. But
we are obviously here on 93.7 FM if you want to catch us on your radio dial. Also streaming live on Guthrie News Page Facebook and Guthrie News Page YouTube, and we have some graphics that you might want to check out on the video side of things. But hey, real quick, I brought up week 0.
Yeah.
That Oklahoma added that a few years back.
Yeah.
You like the idea still?
Yeah.
I think
yes.
I think
I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I do. It seems weird having a bye in high school football once the season starts.
Yeah.
That seems a little odd. I like it. I mean, it's now this year it cost me a game because I was out of town. You know, so the earlier start.
The early August games.
Yeah, so that kind of – but no, I mean, I like it. I think it's good. I mean, most times, folks that make those decisions, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not – it's just not something they just lay awake at night and say, let's go try something that makes no sense.
Right,
Right.
I
mean, so – yeah, I mean, I think it's a good thing overall.
Yeah, you get basically 3 games in the first 4 weeks, and then once district play, everyone is on the same schedule.
Everybody's on the same schedule.
Obviously, the first 3 non-district games don't go toward anything toward the playoffs.
Well, and you can make a real argument. I mean, you look at Guthrie here locally. Of course, we call the Blue Jay games every Friday night on 93.7 and also streaming live on YouTube as well. But it's, it came at a good time for us. One of our key players, for locally at Guthrie has had an injury, and we're going to be able to get him healthy, get him back for district play. So that bye week is a good thing.
Yeah.
So it, obviously you don't know that those kind of things are going to happen, but but it does serve a good purpose for some people.
Once again, if you just tune in, you obviously know our title sponsor this year is our good friends at Generations Church. Lead pastor is Josh Seabolt and his wonderful wife, Nicole. Their website's generationsguthrie.com. You can check them out also on Facebook. Just look up Generations Guthrie and at Generations, which is located at 2524 West Noble. Feel free to go by, look around, and ask questions, and they'll take care of you. And remember, their kids are their top priority. They love it there as much as you will as well. Our good friends at Generations Church, title sponsor on the High School Huddle. Well, Phil, and in between of all our top 5 segments here, we'll also take a look at some of the big games last week, and then, of course, we'll take a look at the top 10 games this week as well. And be sure to talk about the Moore Lions.
Yeah.
Holy cow, yeah. Moore Lions. We'll talk about them here in a little bit. But first, let's take a look at what we think are the top stadiums in Oklahoma, high school football stadiums that we have been to.
That we've been to.
Now listen, Union has a $35 million makeover.
Paint job.
They have a kitchen.
A full kitchen.
Yeah. So, obviously.
Pretty nice.
If we had been there.
Probably would have made the list.
Probably would make the list, but we haven't been there.
No.
So, we're going to go over our top 5 high school football stadiums. And just a precursor, we are from Guthrie, so it's up there on our list.
Yeah.
But in the comments on Facebook or YouTube, let us know where your favorite stadiums are and see if they're anywhere near us. And maybe we overlooked one and need to look at it. There are some that I went back and forth on.
Yeah, you did.
There was some that you told me I could not do.
Well, there was two in particular that.
Or
that
would have
I
had
said
to
I was
happen.
going to curse on the air if you said either. That's right. So he got bullied a little bit on a couple.
Okay. Before we even show our list, and we have our list here, Blake watching on Facebook. Here's his one. Here's the one he has: Bixby Stadium.
Yep.
Blake, I think you'll be happy with our list.
You're in good company,
yes.
Blake.
I think you're gonna be happy with our list. So here is our top 5 stadiums, and Phil, let's go with. We both went with Guthrie.
Yeah.
As our number 1.
Because it is the best stadium in Oklahoma, whether I live here or not.
Now, a lot of people, and there's a friend of mine, former umpire of mine, went to Jinx High School. Guthrie has no turf.
Which we don't want.
No jumbotron.
Which we don't want.
Which with the turf, you can't really. It'd be hard to do with baseball because with the share there. It's a national. It's a landmark, historic landmark. Right. And it's kind of cool because you're watching a game, whether it was last a couple of Fridays ago inside Jelsma or
40 years ago.
1939, 1942.
Yeah.
It's basically the same stadium, new bleachers and a press box has changed. But as far as the 30-foot sandstone wall and all that good stuff, and oh, by the way, a friend of mine who works at a major newspaper here in Oklahoma, maybe Oklahoma City.
Maybe.
Anyway, he will be doing a big article on Jelsma Stadium.
Yeah.
So ESPN
top 100 list.
Top 15.
Top 15.
Top 10, 10 whatever it is. Sporting News is up there. Has ranked Jelsma Stadium. So yes, we're from Guthrie. Yes, we've been calling Guthrie football games since the dinosaurs were here.
Yeah.
But Guthrie's our number 1.
Well, and I think for me, are there stadiums that have nicer amenities? Absolutely. Guthrie's very nice, but there's stadiums out there all over that have maybe fancier amenities. But I look at it from the perspective of what would it be like to play on the field, right?
Right.
And I'm telling you, you're battling the rock. Literally, you go out of bounds. We've seen some of the best collisions we've seen are kids hitting those walls. So, you are right on top of the action.
Yeah.
And I automatically, with most schools, if you have now, you see my list. So
for our video audience,
there are some teams that have what I'm about to say I don't like, but it's because the stadium is just so darn nice.
Yeah.
Stillwater is what got a track around it. I prefer a football field without a track around it. Now I know why they put tracks around it.
Sure, yeah.
I get it. It makes sense. It's logical. But to my eyes, there's nothing like being down in a hole.
Yep.
And you get almost like a gladiator feel at Jelsma.
Oklahoma State football. They're right on top of you.
Yeah.
So we both have Guthrie number 1. We differ a little bit on 2 and 3.
Yeah.
We have them swapped. I have Bixby number 2, Stillwater number 3. Phil, you have Stillwater 2, Bixby 3.
Yeah, and Stillwater's just so darn nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so nice. It's just hard not to put it at 2 for me. But really, Bixby and Stillwater are right there. I mean, they're hand in hand with each other for me. But I give Stillwater the nod.
Yeah, Bixby, they continue to make big upgrades to theirs. It's been a few years since we've been there.
Yeah.
In fact, Guthrie is one of the last teams that really had that could beat Bixby on a consistent, 2 out of 3 games, but and a lot of teams can't be.
Still 2 out of 3.
Things have changed
a little bit.
since Guthrie and all them have been on there. So we have 1, 2, 3. My number 4, I went with Owasso.
Yep.
They host many state championship
Great
games
stadium.
there. The end zone, the building. I mean, the cathedral of all that good stuff.
They'd be my number 6, and the only reason they're not in my top 5 is that I love small town football stadiums.
We'll get to those here in a second.
Yeah. So, but Owasso's amazing.
So Owasso, I went back and forth at the last second. I put them in there. And you told me, you kept getting on to me because I was like, well, Owasso, they don't have an elevator to the press box.
Yeah.
And when we broadcast in there, you're in an open room with other media people.
That think they're the only ones that should be there.
Right.
Yeah.
So I went back and forth, but as far as an atmosphere, enough people, the turf, the end zone, it's all plenty of parking.
Yeah.
Owasso's there. So that was my number 4. Your number 4 is a little bit different from Owasso.
Well, Crescent Tigers, baby.
Crescent, Oklahoma.
I mean, we were lucky enough back in about 4 or 5 years ago to get to follow the Crescent Tiger, cover them, and actually call, do broadcasts with the games when they made their state championship run to the state finals, I should say, after caught them in the finals. But bottom line, you go over there. To me, there's nothing like a true small town atmosphere. Friday night, you got kids, you got people in lawn chairs, it's just, and they're right on top of you. I mean, it is just Thunderdome, right?
From end zone to end zone.
From end zone to end zone. Yeah. It's awesome. At the end on the north end of their field, they've got. I
thought it was corn.
Well, a young lady that works that is from Crescent told us today she thinks it's sugar cane. I think it's bamboo, but I don't care. Whatever it is, it's cool, and it's cool. It's just you don't see anything like that anywhere else. So Crescent's number 4 for me, followed closely by Jones.
I was surprised by
I know
this.
you were.
We went to Jones last year.
Yeah, but again, the same thing.
Their stadium basically has changed this year.
A little bit.
Got a new press box.
All the stuff that matters to you.
Yeah.
For me.
Well, last year we had to go through 2, and the Jones people were, Coach Martin, and they were so great to us last year. But we had to go up 2 flights of stairs in a small area. We were on top of them.
We almost died. Yeah. But the point being, the field itself, you got, again, the north end zone. You've got people in lawn chairs, got blankets thrown on the ground, kids running around. I mean, it's probably just because it's nostalgic for me, but it takes me back to my high school days and what that felt like, right? Yeah. So it really plays to me in that way. I love the small town. Obviously, there's a lot of good ones out there that we didn't list, but But these are mine, I'm sticking to it.
My number 5 was Jinx.
Yep.
So the ones I almost added UConn in there, and by principle you can't put UConn on your list because of
she wouldn't give me a sandwich.
Yeah, she was the soup box supervisor, whatever she was.
Wouldn't give me a sandwich.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A.
Nope.
Kelly and I were able to get a couple sandwiches. So I don't know what for working people. Is that what she told you?
She said these are for people that are working. And I looked at her and I said, "Well, do you think I'm here just to hang out?"
You were there before she was there, and you were there afterwards.
Couldn't get a sandwich.
But
you got a sandwich.
Oh yeah, it was.
May have been the approach.
It could have been.
Might have been the approach.
Could have been the approach. Absolutely. So for the record, Phil's top 5 stadiums that he has been to in Oklahoma. Again, there's some others that we haven't been to. Phil has Guthrie, Stillwater, Bixby, Crescent, Jones, and for me, I went with Guthrie, Bixby, Stillwater, Owasso, and Jinx. UConn. Just outside. We were there for some playoff games.
Very nice facility.
Western Heights.
Nice facility.
A lot of postseason games are
Be
there.
Careful, Chris. You're starting to rattle off some names.
I can't go.
Oh, no.
I think it's High School is is up there as well. That
you
I
need
thought.
to beep it again.
If you can relive on our video stream, I think you might know who we said there. So there's our top 5. And anyway, if you want to share yours on Facebook or YouTube, be sure to do that throughout the broadcast. We're going to take our opening timeout here on the High School Huddle. When we come back, we're going to take a look at some of the big rivals. Phil has his top 5 rivals in the state of Oklahoma. I have my top 5 rivals in Oklahoma. If you have yours, be sure to share them on our YouTube or Facebook page. We're going to take our time out. Oh, real quick, before we take our time out, Chris Cunningham, classmate of mine. We got the reunion coming up here in a few weeks. Chris Cunningham.
He's got a good list.
Be sure to go out there. Chris Cunningham goes Jelsma, Clinton. That's another one.
Yeah, we talked about it.
We talked about it.
Yeah.
Tuttle, Stillwater, McAllister, Luther, Taft, Yukon, Mustang. Yeah. We've been to Taft.
Yep.
Very nice.
Yep.
Wireless equipment doesn't work there, so I can't go there.
Chris is a definite hard no on that. But isn't Taft where our favorite call of all time happened?
The -6.
When I got something in my eye.
This -6-yard punt. Tuttle, I have not seen a game in Tuttle.
I haven't.
We've been to Tuttle for some baseball,
right?
Little League baseball, and I've driven by a very nice facility.
Never been to Luther either.
Blanchard has a nice facilly. I've driven by Luther. That's nice as well. But I have not personally been there.
Right.
In fact, I've also seen McAllister's football field, but nice. I haven't seen a game in there.
Correct.
So I will take Chris's word on those for sure on his pick. So. Very cool. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that. Okay, take our opening timeout. When we come back, rivals. Who are the best rivals when it comes to high school football? Phil and I will discuss after this. This is the High School Huddle, presented by our title sponsor, Generations Church.
At Generations Church, we exist to love God, love people, and serve both well. We're a multi-generational, multicultural church that believes in being a light to our city and our region. At Generations, we don't believe that church can be put in a box. We're a church that accepts all people from all walks of life, young, old, rich, and poor, and you will feel welcome at Generations. Join us at 10 a.m. every Sunday at 2524 West Noble in Guthrie, America. You can also join us at generationsguthrie.online.church.
Today I'm sharing Golden Chick with the world.
Are you ready to taste Golden Chick for the first time?
100% tenderloin. That's where the golden tenders come from. Marinated for 24 hours.
It is amazing.
And we also got the rolls, made fresh.
It feels like they were just baked.
You know why it feels that way? They were.
Every time I go, I love to get extra rolls, so I love it.
Mm-hmm. We are being kind of photobombed right now by the one and only Clucky. Have you met Clucky the chicken? Don't get too starstruck. He's just a regular guy. One taste, and you're golden. He's on Tender. That's like a chicken dating app.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy. Aspen Roofing is a family-owned roofing company with more than 20 years of experience and achievements across Oklahoma. Aspen Roofing takes pride in the personal service we provide on each job, and we strive to maintain the highest level of quality while offering our customers a reasonable price. It is our commitment to help you understand the process of getting a new roof from start to finish. Call Robbie Hudson for a free roofing estimate at 405-562-0026.
Exxon was founded by 2 combat-proven veterans to help businesses grow from mediocre to exceptional. We know from experience that your culture and trust throughout the organization drive superior performance. Most business owners focus on the urgent rather than the important. They are just struggling to survive. The team at Exxon helps owners identify challenges, build solutions, and focus on growth. Do you trust your team? Does your team trust you? If not, we can help. We are Exxon.
Hey, you in the third row. Yes, you. When was your last dental checkup? Dr. Lewis Turney and his staff provide dental care in a fun, relaxing environment. Still not convinced? Prefer to sleep through your appointment? No problem. We can do that too. Our staff can ensure you have a relaxing experience no matter what. Got kids? Hey, so do we. Come see what all the moms are talking about. Our kid-friendly staff loves to provide care to even the tiniest of teeth. Give us a call today. We've got the whole family covered.
Give Dr. Lewis Turney a call at 282-7600.
Welcome back to the High School Huddle. Join the huddle yourself and let us know your thoughts by calling our toll-free number at 1-800-897-3678 or simply tweet us by using the hashtag OKHSHuddle. Now let's get back in the huddle and talk high school sports.
High School Huddle, Hot 93.7 FM. Cheyenne in our Stillwater studio. Thank you, Cheyenne. Good to hear you again this week. Guthrie Blue Jays are off this week. We got a bye week.
Got a bye week. I'm going to Kansas. I'm going to be in Kansas on business, so I'm going to stick around there Thursday, Friday. I'm going to stick around Friday night and go watch one of my oldest friends has twin boys that play for Cape and Mount Carmel in Wichita.
Okay.
And they're playing Wichita Northwest, which was the state semi game last year, I believe, and Northwest clipped the Cape and the Crusaders last year, but I'm going to go watch his boys play. Henry and Charlie Chrisman.
You'll have to give us a report on Kansas football.
Yeah, and it will be fun.
An update. I mean, you've seen plenty of Kansas football.
Right, well,
in both
we were a lot better back in the 80s.
Oh, yeah, tougher. those tornadoes up in Eureka.
I told you one time, I saw one of my friends, took some old 8mm stuff and converted it, and we were all going to watch it together. Man, he puts it in, and we're all fired up, and we're talking smack, and the game starts, and it goes silent, and all of us go, man, we were little. Look how slow we were. What the daylights.
Hey, we don't want to forget our friend T. Fred at McGinnis. He's already in basketball mode, Phil. But his basketball gyms, his top 5, Union, Jinx, Claremore, Yukon, Stillwater. 4 of the 5, T. Fred, those gyms are on the east side of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Union, Jinx, Claremore, Yukon, Stillwater. So maybe we'll have a chance to look at basketball gymnasiums when they'd be pretty cool. We've been to some. Catoosa is a nice one.
Very nice.
Very nice one there. Title sponsor, Generations Church. Check them out on Facebook, Generations Guthrie. Website's generationsguthrie.com. Everyone is welcome at Generations Church. Located 2524 West Noble Avenue. Title sponsor of the High School Huddle. Phil Nichols, Chris Evans with you. Time now to take a look at some of the rivals, the top rivals in the state of Oklahoma. And really, Phil, when I thought of doing this, I really thought, man, I'm going to have 20, 25 of these things that really – to break down to 5. There really wasn't that many that – there was a lot less than I thought.
That jump out at you.
Correct. That jumped out. So we're going to ask you again, if you're watching our YouTube feed or our Facebook page, to give us your top rivals in the state of Oklahoma. And there's some I'm trying to say. Number 1 is going to be no surprise. I think number 1 should be on everyone's list. But let's go ahead and dive into it here, Phil, as far as the top 5 rivals in the state of Oklahoma. We both went Union and Jinx for number 1. And obviously all the state championships. I mean, ESPN did a documentary on the series. 20,000 people at the football games when they play at Chapman Stadium.
A little hard to argue with
the
that.
Division I athletes all over the place.
Yep.
So it's
yeah, and I encourage, and that's the last thing you said is really key because, we cover a lot of 5A football.
Right.
And then we're very fortunate at the end of the year we get to, at least last year, we get to call the state championship games, and that's been a real honor for us and fun.
Nice reward.
And it's nice to be able to see those kids. There is a significant difference in the skill set and in 6A1 to 5A. It's significant. And it just puts some things into context for you. If all you ever watch is 5A or 4, I'm not saying there's not great players.
Like
in
Kendall
5A
at Beggs,
right?
He stood out.
Yeah, he's a freak. He'd stand out anywhere.
Yeah,
but he's one kid.
Right.
Jinx and Union play. There's 15 of those cats on the field running around. Yeah. So I mean, the
linemen look different.
They look different, and there's a bunch of them.
Yeah,
I mean,
they do look different.
There's guys standing on the side, and you're going, how in the daylights is he's a senior and he's not on the field?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so it's a different deal.
Remember when Stigler wanted to play Bixby for 3 minutes?
That we had ourselves.
I'll never forget that.
We had ourselves talked into it that was a great thing.
Yeah.
And then we kind of caught ourselves and said, no, wait a second, we need to think this through. This is a terrible idea.
Stigler class 3A.
Yeah.
Last year with the COVID reasons, it was this week, I think.
Yeah, it was. I think it was.
Stigler said, we popped in your game film and said, you know what?
We'll pass.
We'll pass. So, anyway. All right, so we have Union Jinx number 1. Number 2, Guthrie, Carl Albert. We both have that as number 2.
Yeah, and people can homer me all day on this. I'm telling you, these are – you got to experience them to fully appreciate them, I think, this game. And there's been years over there where you showed up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and the parking lot was full. You had tailgate parties going on, people everywhere. It was nuts. And so it's definitely a solid number 2 for me.
And there was a time there where Guthrie had the upper hand in the series.
Yeah, big
and
time.
So with all the district, it always came down to district championships, state championships. Of course, Carver's won the last 5. Guthrie's won 4 state championships since 2002. The crowds are large. That's some of the largest crowds that you can have at a normal high school football stadium. In your 5A, 4A, 3A level. So we have Guthrie, Carl Albert, number 2. So we differ a little bit. Nope, we're the same on number 3. We both went with Douglas and Millwood, and they get their own day. They get to play on Saturday.
Yeah, it's big time. And look at some of the athletes that have played in that game. There's been tremendous athletes over the years that have played in that game, and of course Millwood's on a little bit of a roll right now.
Yeah, they've won 6 in a row in that series there, definitely. So in the Soul Bowl there. But Ricky Hunt Jr., one of the big names for Millwood this year. But and since the coach left Douglas, and I'm drawing a blank on his name right now.
I actually talked to him in Guthrie. He was at a restaurant right when they had their little thing.
Right.
And super nice guy. I cannot recall his name, but great coach too.
Yeah, absolutely. So. So Phil and I, we agree on the top 3. Union Jinx, Carl Albert Guthrie, Douglas Millwood. We differ a little bit here. Number 4, I went with the Battle of the Bishops.
Yeah.
Bishop McGinnis, Bishop Kelly. Usually very entertaining ball game.
Usually,
very really good. I mean, it's usually like a top last 5, 8 years, 10 years, whatever it is, have been a top 5 matchup between these two programs. This year they were both looking for their first victory. McGinnis, we'll talk about here in a little bit, dominated early and often in that one. McGinnis won that one. But Battle of the Bishops, they travel up and down the turnpike, and it's always a good matchup.
If we were doing a top 10, they'd definitely be in my top 10. They're probably 6 or 7 for me. But again, goes back to, you look at my picks, you can kind of see I have a little bit of a soft spot for the small schools.
Your number 4, Phil. You went with Crescent Cash and Highway 74 battle.
Highway 74 battle, just a few miles part the 2 districts. And
well, Cashin would go, well, they got to win every now and then to be a rival.
Well, yeah, they would. They would until Cashin's down again. And trust me, all football programs have ebb and flow. But it's the communities. It's just the talking back and forth. All the stuff. It's a true rivalry game.
Yeah,
a true rivalry game.
Both teams located in Logan County, separated by 10 miles.
10 miles or so.
10 miles or so. So number 5, I went with Mustang Yukon, the Canadian county. Mustang Yukon, the 2 largest schools on the west side. For number 5 for you, you went out to Western Oklahoma, Weatherford Clinton.
Yeah, and I think you looked it up. I think they played 75 years or something like that.
75 times.
I think it is. But
Clinton's won a lot of those.
Yeah,
like 55.
Yeah, to 20-some or whatever. Yeah. But it's
2 good programs.
2 good programs, and again, it's that rivalry, not far apart between Clinton and Weatherford, and the communities. And again, the small towns, to me, make Friday night football games.
Yep.
I mean, that's what makes it special. You can have the $35 million paint jobs, and you can have the
20,000 people in the stands,
right, and all that, and that's all cool.
Yep,
it's all cool.
It's cool in
a different way.
Yep.
But I'm telling you, there's something about small town football on Friday nights that just feels different.
We got to follow Crescent, as you mentioned in the last segment, in 2017, and it was from home games to games in Alva.
Yeah.
I mean, they packed it over in Alva, so it was a good time
there.
So those are our top 5. Chris and Phil agree on top 3. Union Jinx 1, Guthrie Carl Albert 2, Douglas Millwood 3. Chris went with McGinnis Kelly 4. That's me. 5, third person. Number 5, Mustang Yukon. Phil went with number 4, Crescent Cashion, number 5, Weatherford Clinton. Then you have Hominy and Cleveland, who have played for 100 years.
100 years. Yeah.
That make the list. Jennifer Russell watching. Thank you, Jen. Watching on Facebook. She goes Midwest City, Del City.
Yeah.
Mid-Del. That's a good one.
Could definitely be on there. I think, there's in recent years you could put Bixby and Stillwater on there somewhere. You could put
Bixby Choctaw is trying to come into
Bixby
one.
Choctaw is coming into one. You could put Stillwater, Midwest City. I mean, there's a lot of great rivalries out there that mean a lot to those communities. It's just when you put 5, you got to pick 5.
Yep.
It gets tough.
Then Nathan, he has his top 5 list. 1, Jinx Union. 2, Douglas Millwood. 3, Guthrie Carl Albert. 4, Mustang Yukon. 5, Phil and the Sandwich Lady.
I don't think I could whip her. She did not back up an inch. She actually was mocking me with the sandwich at one point. It was bad.
Bad.
Yeah, it was bad. I was hungry.
So there you have it, our top 5 rivals in the state of Oklahoma. Again, I thought there was going to be a whole lot more, and maybe we missed some, I guess, but I thought there'd be a whole lot more. I'm sure there is.
Obvious ones,
we're just missing out there. So
well, I know down in deep southeast Oklahoma, and I'm trying to remember the name of the 2 schools.
Atoka Durant.
No, my good friend Danny Picklesheimer grew up in one of these towns, and they're football towns, and I'm just drawing a complete blank. But there's just a few miles between them.
Yeah.
And they just beat the tar out of each other. There's like families that have squabbles over it and stuff. So I know we're missing some. It's just, again, we don't cover that area, and at least we haven't yet. And so we're probably missing some of those.
Yeah. So, well, I'm sure our good friends will let us know which ones we're missing.
Yeah.
So, anyway, those are our lists. Coming up here in our next segment, we're going to take a look at the top 5 rankings in each class.
Yeah.
We're going to break those down here a little bit. But let's get to some of the games last week, Phil.
Real quick, your title sponsor, Josh, says Broken Bow Idabel.
Broken Bow Idabel.
That'd be a good one, Josh.
A good one.
Yep.
Okay, let's take a look at some of the games last week. Also coming up here, we'll look at the top 10 games this week across the state of Oklahoma. Broken Bow Idabel, that would be a good one.
Yeah.
Hey, how about the Moore Lions? They are now 3-0. It's the best record in 20-plus years. Yeah. I'm so happy for my my radio friend J.D. Northcutt, who does football games with us in the postseason. He does basketball as well. J.D. Northcutt and the Moore Lions are 3-0. Again, they took down Norman 41-30. So they beat Ed Memorial, Westmore, and Norman. So 3 schools that obviously they're saying they have a bye week this week. The rest of the season, Phil, here we go. Moore's 3-0. Southmore.
Win.
Edmond North.
Win.
5-0. Norman North.
Win.
6-0. Union.
Loss.
6-1. Mustang.
I'm going to say win.
Wow, 7-1. Putnam City.
Win.
Owasso.
Loss.
8-2?
Yeah.
They're having a parade and more if that happens.
There's a path. Last time I said that, it didn't work out well.
Hey, one game at a time. They're off this week. But next week is Southmore, and a victory there. They're the Moore City champions.
That's awesome.
They had a long losing streak. They snapped to Westmore. So So Moore's 3-0, Southmore 4-0, Edmond North 5-0, Norman North 5-1, Union 5-2, Mustang 5-3, 6-3. I got 6-4.
Yeah,
is what. But hey, that might be a playoff.
JD, remember that this year when we're calling the state games again. Who said 8-2, baby? I bet I get a sandwich out of Deeds. I bet I get a sandwich out of him.
Yeah. So, Jinx Union was last week, and second straight year, Union cannot score any points. Jinx wins at 22-0.
That's crazy.
So Jinx has won 4 in the last 5 years. Jinx, I don't know the kid, haven't seen it, haven't seen any highlights. I need to look him up. But they have a freshman quarterback, Shaker. I mean, what a first name, Shaker. Shaker. Shaker Reisig, Reisig. Reisig.
That's a good name.
He was 12 of 17, 150 yards, and a touchdown. A freshman starting at Jinx. How good? At Jinx. How good does he have to be?
amazingly good.
I mean, he was playing junior high football last year.
Yeah. No, he's 23, but I mean, he's
held back. Yeah, gotcha.
You know, no, I mean, anybody that can start
at
Jinx as a freshman at any position is off the charts.
Yeah.
But to do it at quarterback, it's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it's one to watch.
12 of 17 passing. Owasso Broken Arrow, that was blah. It was a big build-up. It was the Bill Blankenship against Josh Blankenship, father versus son. And
we know who Daddy is.
We know who Daddy is, absolutely.
No.
Yeah, 42-3. Owasso takes it.
So was Daddy trying to hang a half 100 on Junior? I mean, it looked like it, didn't it?
I think he ran out of time. How about a good one here? Stillwater Mustang. Stillwater remains undefeated as they take down Mustang. I think both teams are in one of our top fives that we'll take a look here in a little bit. But it was Junior Gage Gundy hooking up with Heston Thompson on a 60-yard touchdown pass late in the game to take down Mustang 32-28.
Two good football teams.
Those are 6A2 schools. Choctaw, who many think has a great chance of getting back to the state championship game this year.
Could have beat Bixby last year.
Could have beat them, absolutely. We were there. And Choctaw played 3 out-of-state teams this year in the non-district. They're getting fancy on us. But Dallas Jesus, I think. Jesus with IT at the bottom.
Clipped him at the end.
Yeah.
You got Jesus and the internet on your side. I mean, it's tough to beat.
It's tough. I mean,
it's tough to beat.
On the road, 36-29. Choctaw loses for the first time, so Choctaw will be favored a lot in the remaining games. Battle of the Bishops, it wasn't really much of a battle there. Bishop McGinnis scored early. They scored often. Michael Taffy, 4 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns in his first 8 touches that he had in the game. 154 all-purpose yards. McGinnis takes it to Kelly, 49-6. Bishop Kelly still looking for that
looking
first
for
win.
a win now. Is the Taffy kid, is he a junior or a sophomore?
He would be a junior.
He's a junior.
Yeah, he transferred into McGinnis from
Piedmont?
Millwood.
Okay.
Yeah. Dominic Richardson, the Piedmont transfer.
I just figured they kept that.
You just want the consecutive streak of high school huddles where Piedmont transfer.
Yes,
mentioned.
I missed that.
Yeah. ESPN Game Day has the Washington State flag. We have the Piedmont transfer in there. So, but Michael Taffy, you got to find him where he's on the field. He might be quarterback. He might be wide receiver. He might be running back. You got to find him.
Yeah, great player.
He is a very talented player, that's for sure. We had built up a big one between Cushing and Perkins.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about Cushing in our rankings here in a little bit. But their quarterback, Blaze Berlowitz. What a name that is.
That's easy to say.
Yeah, Blaze Berlowitz, double B, if you will.
Lord, he had a career.
You would think that was the first 3 games.
Yeah.
But no, 465 yards, 6 touchdowns as they took down Perkins Trayon Demons.
Yeah.
A team that might be in Phil's top 5. We'll stay tuned. Cushing's definitely there. Yeah. Are they 1 or 2, though? That's the question. But Perkins takes it on the chin, 48-14.
Yeah, I mean, Cushing, a lot of people are looking at Cushing as a high probability they're going to be standing at the end somewhere, in the game at least, in the conversation. So, great. What an unbelievable. He'll be telling – now, when he's 55 – that's going to be 685 yards and 12 touchdowns.
So
he tells the story.
If I do the math right, you would be 50. How many touchdowns you have in the first playoff game?
Well, I think it was 7 or 8. I can't remember.
Real quick, take a look at some 5A games. And Carl Albert is at 0-2 on the year. And we'll break down the rankings here a little bit, so we might go a little bit further here on Carl Albert. But Carl Albert is 0-2 to begin the season. And granted, Midwest City last week, or
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Yep. Dale City last week beat them 52-20. Not Dale City's a great great team, but the differential in 32 points is a little,
I did talk to a couple coaches that said that that Carl Albert had some COVID issues.
Okay.
So I don't.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So I don't think they had a full roster out there of who we'd normally see on the field, but. Regardless, how'd you like to be he was at Dell City last year. He's at Carl Albert this year. He follows a guy that lost 2 games as a head coach, and he has the same amount of losses as the guy that was there for 5 years.
I didn't think about that, yeah.
That's tough.
Took him 2 games to reach 4 years.
To reach 4 years. Yeah. That's tough. Tough. He's not having a lot of fun right now. So, and a very, very, very good football coach, obviously.
Dell City had lost 3 in a row until that one, so they get that. They had 375 rushing yards against the Titans. You're talking about head coach Robert Jones, who took over for Mike Dunn, who was the
Carl Albert kid.
Carl Albert kid. Yeah. Mike Dunn now the head coach over at Carl Albert. Buddy Bazell, 15 carries, 35 yards.
See, that tells me they were missing some of their old line because Bazell is a a fabulous running back. And so that doesn't make a lot of sense.
So you're looking at Carl Albert and go, man, they're 0-2. Midwest City, Dale City. They got Shawnee this week, so they're gonna get healthy. They're gonna get that victory 1-2. So you look at it, Carl Albert 0-2. Let me hit the pause button. Let's go back to 2012. 2012. They started the season 1-5.
Yeah. What did they do at the end?
They won 8 in a row.
And they won the one that mattered.
The very last game.
Yeah.
They won the very last game.
Unbelievable.
So I think when we look at our 5A rankings here in our next segment, if every school in 5A had Dell City and Midwest City, there's a good chance a lot of them would be 0-2.
I was going to say be a lot of 0-2 teams in 5A.
How about next year?
Oh,
Midwest City 5A1, Carl Albert 5A2, Dell City 5A3.
5A gets sporty next year. Yeah, it gets real sporty.
Better go get it this year.
Yeah, you better go get it this year.
There's
boys.
Always a chance. But
never know. Kids graduate.
Be highly competitive.
Yeah.
I'm going to get to 2 more games before we get our. Have we taken 1 break or 2?
1.
Oh
no, 2. 1. I don't know.
I think we've only taken 1.
I don't know.
So
it's been a
I'm
while.
going to get this in here real quick because we want to take a look at our rankings and games next week. Piedmont finally got on the football field.
Yep.
They were supposed to play El Reno a week or 2 ago. El Reno had the COVID issue,
Sure.
but Piedmont loses to Putnam City North 26-10. Piedmont will have a good one this week as they travel to Noble.
Yeah, and are we going to talk about that later?
I think we will. Yeah.
Okay.
And
all right.
Noble's,
I'll hold off. But
Noble's got a good program.
Yeah, very good.
Good team this year.
Really do.
One other note, real quick, before we get our timeout. Tuttle 4A. I think Phil and I have them number 1. I think everybody has them number 1. No surprise there, but they're 3-0. The only thing with Tuttle is the other team going to score?
Right.
Newcastle did get 7 points on the board. So this year, Tuttle, it's a slow year. They have allowed 20 points between Sulphur, Plainview, and Newcastle.
Tuttle kids are still running.
Yeah,
right now for giving up those points.
Those are some of the games last week. Who will be the heroes this week? Phil and I take a timeout. When we come back, we take a look at some of the games this week, the top 10 games this week, as well as our rankings for each class. Back after this is the High School Huddle.
Aspen Roofing is a family-owned roofing company with more than 20 years of experience and achievements across Oklahoma. Aspen Roofing takes pride in the personal service we provide on each job, and we strive to maintain the highest level of quality while offering our customers a reasonable price. It is our commitment to help you understand the process of getting a new roof from start to finish. Call Robbie Hudson for a free roofing estimate at 405-562-0026.
Exxon was founded by 2 combat-proven veterans to help businesses grow from mediocre to exceptional. We know from experience that your culture and trust throughout the organization drive superior performance. Most business owners focus on the urgent rather than the important. They are just struggling to survive. The team at Exxon helps owners identify challenges, build solutions, and focus on growth. Do you trust your team? Does your team trust you? If not, we can help. We are Exxon.
Hey, you in the 3rd row. Yes, you. When was your last dental checkup? Dr. Lewis Turney and his staff provide dental care in a fun, relaxing environment. Still not convinced? Prefer to sleep through your appointment? No problem. We can do that too. Our staff can ensure you have a relaxing experience no matter what. Got kids? Hey, so do we. Come see what all the moms are talking about. Our kid-friendly staff loves to provide care to even the tiniest of teeth. Give us a call today. We've got the whole family covered.
Give Dr. Lewis Turney a call at 282-7600.
Today I'm sharing Golden Chick with the world. Are you ready to taste Golden Chick for the first time? 100% tenderloin. That's where the golden tenders come from. Marinated for 24 hours.
It is amazing.
Then we also got the rolls, made fresh.
It feels like they were just baked.
You know why it feels that way? They were.
Every time I go, I like to get extra rolls, so I love it.
We are being kind of photobombed right now by the one and only Clucky. Have you met Clucky the chicken? Don't get too starstruck. He's just a regular guy. One taste, and you're golden. He's on Tender. That's like a chicken dating app.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
At Generations Church, we exist to love God, love people, and serve both well. We're a multi-generational, multicultural church that believes in being a light to our city and our region. At Generations, we don't believe that church can be put in a box. We're a church that accepts all people from all walks of life, young, old, rich, and poor, and you will feel welcome at Generations. Join us at 10 a.m. every Sunday at 2524 West Noble in Guthrie, America. You can also join us at generationsguthrie.online.church.
Welcome back to the High School Huddle. Join the huddle yourself and let us know your thoughts by calling our toll-free number at 1-800-897-3678 or simply tweet us by using the hashtag OKHSHuddle. Now let's get back in the huddle and talk high school sports.
High School Huddle on a Wednesday night. Cheyenne back in our 93.7 studios. Phil Nichols, Chris Evans with you. Appreciate you tuning in here tonight. It's been a busy show. It's one of those shows where we're going to have 2 hours tonight. But we're going to take you up to the top of the hour. Our title sponsor this year, our good friends at Generations Church, 2524 West Noble. You can give them a call. Do that at 405-282-6848. We mentioned we've had our top stadiums, top rivals, another rival that Ronnie mentions on Facebook. Medill Wildcats versus the Kingston Redskins is a big small school rival at southeast Oklahoma. Yeah. And Medill, they had a good little run there for a little while. Drive through there, I think, on the way to Texhoma or Durant. I can't remember. I remember seeing Medill. But anyway, Phil, let's take a look at our top 10 games in the state of Oklahoma. And there are some good ones as expected here in non-district play. It's always fun to watch non-district games and kind of get you really set for the district portion of the schedule. And also a reminder that in our next segment we will look at our top 10 rankings.
Top 5.
Top 5. Yeah, a lot of people do top 10. We do top 5. I don't know if we'll do top 5 rankings again because I look at rankings sometimes like, man, they messed that one up so bad. Here we're doing 5, so anyway.
Yeah, we're going to really screw it up.
Yeah, we're really going to mess it up. All right, Phil, here we go. Number 10. Cashin Wildcats at Thomas. Boy, that would be a good state championship game.
That would have been.
That would have been a really good one. Huh. Yeah, that was last year's state championship game. Phil and I had the call of that one. I forget the Thomas Faye Custer for our Western Oklahoma viewers. I'm going to make sure we get Faye Custer in there. Yeah. I forget the young man at Thomas, the big lineman.
Yeah, he went to
O-State.
Yeah.
But anyway, Cashin Wildcats, we'll see where we have them in our rankings. But they are the defending state champions, and it's a rematch of last year's title, and some new faces. Some big names will be missing from a year ago, but there are some big ones this year as well.
Yeah, I think Cashin wins this game probably handily.
Yeah, Thomas looking for their first victory of the year. I would agree. Cashin Wildcats get the road victory in Thomas on Friday. Number 4A John Marshall 1-1 on the season, taking on Heritage Hall. Heritage Hall 2-0, two quality wins for Heritage Hall this season. This is the Chargers in the private school class of 3A, 1, 2, 3. When you mentioned Holland Hall, Lincoln Christian, and Heritage Hall. It's a fight between those. But Heritage Hall's look good in their 2 victories this year.
Yeah, and I think they'll obviously, I think, handle John Marshall pretty well. I don't think that's going to be a close game.
I agree. Millwood, Class 2A, taking on the Clinton Red Tornadoes. That's in the Tornado Bowl there. Millwood 1-1 on the year. Clinton's also 1-1 on the season. 2 programs, historic programs here in the state of Oklahoma, clashing in the final week of the non-district.
Yeah, I've got Millwood in this game.
I'm going to go Clinton.
Yeah, I've got Millwood.
Okay. Going to go Clinton there. Chandler. Good things are happening in Chandler. They're 1-1 on the season. They're taking on Beggs 1-1. Boy, I'm so impressed. Of course, they had Kendall, the big stud last year at Beggs, who now at Oklahoma State. I saw them up close in the state basketball tournament. I don't think we got to see them in football last year.
No, we didn't.
I saw all of them last year in basketball, and they were great athletes, and I'm guaranteed they all play football.
Right.
I'm going to go Beggs with the home victory over the Chandler Lions. I'm sorry, Tony Wilson, but Beggs.
I'm going Beggs, and we got to give a shout-out to our good buddy Ryan Cotting, who had a little hiccup last night, but he's doing better now. And I know Ryan likes to listen. Don't know if he's listening right now. He had a pretty big day. But we're going to go Beggs, the fighting Cottings.
Ryan Cottings. Big day. You still tune us in. I mean,
that's right. Come on. It's over.
We're in radio range. We're in Facebook range, YouTube range. All right. Uh-oh. I just lost my list.
Technical difficulties.
There we go. We are going. How quick was that?
We got to go quick.
Woodland at Moreland. Both teams undefeated.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and act like I know either one of these. I'm going to go Woodland just because I like the name better than Moreland.
I get Woodland. They're in our listening audience.
Yeah.
Grove at Pryor.
Yeah. I'm going Grove.
You know, our friend Cameron has Pryor in his ranked in the top 10.
He's also got Piedmont ranked in the top 10. Sorry.
I'm going to go Pryor, home victory. Bishop McGinnis at Del City.
Yeah, plug your ears, T-Fred. Plug your ears. The Fighting Irish go down to Del City.
I will agree with that as well. I'm taking Del City. The Eagles. Berry Hill at Cushing. Cushing 2-0 in the year. A lot of people thinking the Tigers can get there. Berry Hill, a strong opponent. Good non-district game here.
Yeah, very much so. Cushing goes 3-0.
I'm going to go with them on the road at home victory as well. Talking about your state championship matchups here. Last year's Holland Hall, state champions in 3A. Metro Christian, 2A state champions. They hook up. Both teams 2-0. That'll be a fun game.
It'll be a fun game. I'm going to go Holland Hall in this game. It's going to be a tight one, obviously.
I think Metro Christian can throw it.
Yeah.
I think Metro Christian gets the home victory. And then the big game this week, Stillwater and Bixby. And how many times has this been the game of the week?
Crazy.
How many times can Stillwater, can they get revenge? Can they stop the winning streak of Bixby, who has won 38 in a row? Bixby needs to go undefeated through the state championship to get the state record in 11-man football. Can they do it?
Man, I want to say Stillwater so bad.
Stillwater's on the road at Bixby.
I know. Bixby, they're just so dominant.
Two new quarterbacks.
I'm going Bixby.
Presley's
still there. That kind of makes
Luke Haas still there.
Luke Haas, preseason All-American, got offers from every major D1 in the country. Yeah, the more I talk, I like Bixby.
Well, and Stillwater has proven they can do it through the air.
Yeah.
They've proven they can do it on the ground as well.
It's high school football. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
But and both great teams. I think they'll both be there at the end of the year. I think they're obviously. I don't see any way Stillwater isn't a semifinals team for sure. But I'm telling you, Bixby's just loaded.
In all honesty, outside of Payne County, outside the Stillwater city limits, would it be crazy to pick Stillwater?
Yes. Yeah, it would be absolutely insane.
Yeah.
But and that's not a reflection on Stillwater,
absolutely not.
On the Pioneer. It's just Bixby is that dominant.
If there was ever a team, though,
could be Stillwater.
It would be Stillwater Choctaw.
No, those are the two.
It would be this week.
Yeah, that's right. I agree.
It could be this week.
It could be this week. And I hope I'm dead wrong on this pick.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Stillwater knock them off.
I think it'll be a good 4-quarter ball game.
So you're going Stillwater?
I got to go with Bixby. And I really wish this game was in Stillwater.
Oh, I do too.
I really wish it was in Stillwater. Wish it was.
With all due respect to my friend, I wouldn't be in Wichita.
I do know this. We need to get a break.
Yep.
I'm getting my shot in on Bixby. If Stillwater wants to stream the game in Bixby, they can stream the game.
Come on now.
Centerville 302. Bixby, you did it. Centerville 302. I hope Stillwater takes a big streaming production there and
oh boy, now
take all the press box space.
Making it personal now.
Bring out 6 cameras, Stillwater. Go make it big in Bixby. Take our final timeout. Come back. Top 5 rankings in each class. This is the High School Huddle.
At Generations Church, we exist to love God, love people, and serve both well. We're a multi-generational, multicultural church that believes in being a light to our city and our region. At Generations, we don't believe that church can be put in a box. We're a church that accepts all people from all walks of life, young, old, rich, and poor, and you will feel welcome at Generations. Join us at 10 a.m. every Sunday at 2524 West Noble in Guthrie, America. You can also join us at generationsguthrie.online.church.
Hey, you in the third row. Yes, you. When was your last dental checkup? Dr. Lewis Turney and his staff provide dental care in a fun, relaxing environment. Still not convinced? Prefer to sleep through your appointment? No problem. We can do that too. Our staff can ensure you have a relaxing experience no matter what. Got kids? Hey, so do we. Come see what all the moms are talking about. Our kid-friendly staff loves to provide care to even the tiniest of teeth. Give us a call today. We've got the whole family covered.
Give Dr. Lewis Turney a call at 282-7600.
Today I'm sharing Golden Chick with the world. Are you ready to taste Golden Chick for the first time? 100% tenderloin. That's where the golden tenders come from. Marinated for 24 hours.
It is amazing.
Then we also got the rolls, made fresh.
It feels like they were just baked.
You know why it feels that way? They were.
Every time I go, I like to get extra rolls, so I love it.
We are being kind of photobombed right now by the one and only Clucky. Have you met Clucky the chicken? Don't get too starstruck. He's just a regular guy. One taste, and you're golden. He's on Tender. That's like a chicken dating app.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy. Aspen Roofing is a family-owned roofing company with more than 20 years of experience and achievements across Oklahoma. Aspen Roofing takes pride in the personal service we provide on each job, and we strive to maintain the highest level of quality while offering our customers a reasonable price. It is our commitment to help you understand the process of getting a new roof from start to finish. Call Robbie Hudson for a free roofing estimate at 405-562-0026.
Exxon was founded by two combat-proven veterans to help businesses grow from mediocre to exceptional. We know from experience that your culture and trust throughout the organization drive superior performance. Most business owners focus on the urgent rather than the important. They are just struggling to survive. The team at Exxon helps owners identify challenges, build solutions, and focus on growth. Do you trust your team? Does your team trust you? If not, we can help. We are Exxon.
Welcome back to the High School Huddle. Join the huddle yourself and let us know your thoughts by calling our toll-free number at 1-800-897-3678 or simply tweet us by using the hashtag OKHSHuddle. Now let's get back in the huddle and talk high school sports.
Final segment here on the High School Huddle. We're talking about Generations Church. We do have a little bit of a breaking news. I think it came out today or maybe yesterday. But we want to get that. I want to use my fancy breaking news.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm going to talk about Generations Church real quick.
Oh, okay.
The title sponsor of the High School Huddle for the second year in a row. Big thank you to Josh and all the crew out there. 2524 West Noble. Good news at Generations Church.
Always.
Bought some land adjacent to the property. Yeah. So I don't know if there's any immediate plans, but hey, the options are there as Generations Church continues to grow and grow and grow. And, of course, you can check them out online, generationsguthrie.com, or I always check them up on Facebook at Generations Guthrie, all the good stuff there. Well, Phil, we just went over our top 10 games.
Oh, boy.
And one of our top 10 games is not happening.
Yep. Oh, boy.
Breaking news.
A year he's been waiting to use that.
I finally have – I think it came out yesterday, but
we just found out.
So it's breaking news to us.
Yeah,
here.
my rankings would have looked a little different if I'd known this.
So – Clinton and Millwood appears will not be happening.
Yeah.
I have the statement here. Millwood Public Schools put out a statement yesterday, and I'll read it in full real quick, Phil. It is with extreme remorse and regret that Friday's football game between the Millwood Falcons and the Clinton Red Tornadoes has been canceled due to our poor academic standing. Again, this is a statement from Millwood High School. Millwood football has always stood behind the importance of developing the top student athlete and living in and out our motto of building champions in the classroom, in the community, and in life. We have never been faced with these circumstances, but this percentage of ineligible players is not acceptable. As a program, we will not bubble wrap our student athletes and shield them from understanding that there are consequences to decisions. The decision to cancel this contest, while extremely difficult to do, is required to make sure that we are able to achieve short-term and lifelong goals that we say are important. Academics is always our first priority. So, Millwood and Clinton, not happening. Yeah. I am never sure I've ever seen that before.
I don't think I've ever seen it. After reading that statement, though, my gut reaction was different than what I feel like right now, being quite honest. But
so I'm not sure how many ineligible players. If it's
got to have a bunch.
So.
Yeah, it's a tough deal.
Tough deal.
I feel bad for the Clinton kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
Seniors get to play one less game.
Mm-hmm.
Sad deal.
And to find out, you practice Monday, you practice Tuesday. I guess they found out probably
maybe yesterday. They can find somebody that can play.
Hopefully. Yeah.
So wow.
Okay, real quickly, let's take a look at our 6A rankings. Again, we're taking up to the top of the hour, so we got to go through here pretty quick, Phil. I have Owasso, Jinx, Junior, Broken Arrow, Mustang.
Yeah, we're the same except for we flipped Mustang and Broken Arrow.
6A2 rankings, I have Bixby, Choctaw, Stillwater, Booker T, Washington, Midwest City.
I am the same. I do not have Booker T, and I have Sand Springs.
Whoa, the Sandites.
The Sandites, a little bit of a sleeper, but tell you what, I got a feeling about the Sandites.
You got a new coach over there doing good things over there. 5A rankings, I got Collinsville, Coweta, number 2. Carl Everett, number 3. Yes, they're 0-2. I got them at number 3. McAllister, 4. McGinnis, 5. Guthrie's like on the bubble.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, Guthrie, we're 3-0.
Yeah.
I got you number 6. McGinnis has had the number the last few years.
Yeah.
I have to be.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I've got Collinsville, McAllister, Coweta. We flipped those around in order. Same on Collinsville. I've got McAllister over Coweta for the number 2 spot. Guthrie at 4 for me. I think you could take Coweta, Guthrie, Carl Albert, Bishop McGinnis, throw them all together. They're the same team right now. I mean, I think that. But I think Guthrie's earned the right to be ranked number 4. Carl Albert at 5. They're 0-2. You graduate 4,000 kids. You lose a head coach that lost 2 games. That has to have an effect on you.
You play Midwest City, Del City.
You play Midwest City, Del City, but it still has an effect.
Tuttle, my 4A rankings, Tuttle 1, Cushing 2, Wagner 3, Poto 4, Clinton 5.
I got Tuttle, Cushing, Poto, Wagner, and Clinton at 5.
3A rankings, it's the private schools. I got 1, Holland Hall, 2, Lincoln Christian, 3, Heritage Hall, 4, Verdigris, 5, Stigler.
Didn't you just pick? No, you picked Holland Hall to lose to not Lincoln Christian, but to
No, I think I picked Holland Hall to win.
No, you picked the other one. You said they could throw the ball.
Oh, I went with Metro Christian, didn't I?
Yeah.
Well,
that's all right, though. You can have a loss still in state. I got Heritage Hall, Holland Hall, Lincoln Christian, Kingfisher, and Stigler.
Class 2A rankings, I have Metro Christian 1, Washington 2, state championship game a year ago.
Yep.
Jones 3, Carson May, great quarterback. Number 4, Beggs. Number 5, OCS.
Yeah, I've got Metro Christian, Washington, Millwood. Looks like I might need to change some things there. OCS, and then Jones at 5.
And finally, Class A rankings. We're running out of time. Don't have time for B or C. Class A rankings, I got the state champions cash in there. Pahuska 2, Ringling 3, Hooker 4, Gore 5.
I may have to look for a new chiropractor after this, but I got Ringling at 1, Hooker at 2, Cashin at 3, Pahuska at 4, and Gore at 5.
Those are our top 5 rankings. We're out of time. Thank you to our title sponsor, Generations Church. Big thank you to Shineback in our Stillwater studio as well. For Phil Nichols, I'm Chris Evans. Best of luck to your teams this week. We'll talk to you next week on the High School Huddle.
This has been the High School Huddle on Hot 93.7 FM. Be sure to tune in next week as we break down more of the top games and news from across the state of Oklahoma.